Alright, so in this video, it's a continuation of the scouting. We're scouting down this big buck. Again, I'm just kind of taking you along with me. I'm not trying to teach you. So there's kind of a lot of things that are left out, and that's intentional. Maybe if I am successful on this animal, which I'm probably not going to be because I'm not planning on dedicating a lot of time to him this year. But I am going to throw a couple hunts at him. And what's been going on is I've been tracking this deer down. I've covered, I've covered well over 4 miles as the crow flies, hitting all these different pieces of public and kind of tracing it down. And the biggest problem that I'm having with this deer is that he's got a really big home range where he's leaving a lot of sign. So one thing that I find kind of interesting about this particular scouting trip is we're on 2 different sides of the road. And on the first side of the road, I do find some of his sign, but not a ton of it. But there's definitely, probably a dozen rubs of his that we find, and they're in a couple of condensed little areas. And then on the other side of the road, we just find his sign everywhere I'd expect to find it. It's there. Like there's tons of sign. And this is where I get back into hunt, where I start finding hunter sign again too. So there's a guy that is obviously onto this deer. I've found, I got to be coming up on a half a dozen of his trail cameras now that I've found. And so he's definitely got pictures of this deer. I'm hoping I'd kind of like to run into the guy because I'm not running any cameras or anything. I'm hunting this particular deer off of only scouting. And that's something that I like to do just to kind of exercise my hunting abilities. You know, there's some areas of the states where I run a ton of cameras. And then there's other areas where I might have a couple of cameras. And there's other areas that I just scout. And I'm hunting purely off a sign. I don't really know what's there. And it's just kind of a different experience for the two. Because cameras will sometimes make hunting a little less fun. So I like to have areas where I know there's mature deer that I don't even run cameras on. Just to kind of make things more exciting for myself. And kind of, you know, hone my skills a little bit that way too. It's just a different learning experience. So I hope you kind of find the video somewhat interesting and whatnot. But yeah, I am planning on doing a little bit of glassing here in a couple of months and seeing if I can locate this deer. And I'd like to see what he looks like and then kind of determine how much effort I put into him after that. But yeah, kind of cool. Lots of sign, lots of big rubs. So, you know, hope you enjoy the video. What do you think of that rub? What do you mean? You didn't see it? We're standing right next to it.
That one?
Yeah, that one.
Well, you're pointing that way.
I'm pointing the camera at you.
On that one.
That's an old one. That's last year's rub. What do you think of that one? From what you've learned about rubs.
It's big deer. Yes. A little bit.
Here we got another big rub. Get that chest tight to the center of it. This is a pretty nice one here. See, rubbed up in here, a bunch of tick marks. The tick marks all the way up to here, shoulder height. I didn't see that one on the backside there. There's another rub on the backside of here. So he was really rubbing up and it's older.
Can they break stuff too?
Yep. So he broke that off. Now Rex has got to try to do it. So what we got here, this is just kind of a small point. Bunch of tall weeds and stuff surrounding this. And we got a field behind me. And we just kind of got a grown up brushy tree line across this side of this field. We just walked in here to see what's in here. It was See if we got some more beds over here. I want to cut back the way we're coming from right now. I think that's where most of the sign is going to be. But so we're tracking down that same big one from last week, or a couple weeks ago, I should say. But from the last scouting video that I put out, we're still tracking down that same deer, and we're a couple of miles away from probably close to 4 miles away from the furthest that I've scouted them that way. And we've still got sign of them down this way. So he's covering a large area of property. Not really digging this piece so far because it kind of seems like there's a decent amount of foot travel through it from people. I haven't really found much for garbage and shit, but there's some walking trails coming out this way. So I got another bed in there. Right back in this bush here, there was a bed with a bunch of broken branches. We're coming up into here. It looks like there's going to be a bunch more. Really not too much going on here. I think that's going to be the ticket there, that Russian in. Let's cut over to that right here. A little 1.5-year-old buck. Somebody cut the antlers off of. Of course. See the tree stand? The water's not above your boots. The water's not above your boots. There's no need to be careful.
I made that mistake so many times. Why on purpose?
Oh, he's got this all tore up. This is a nice one right here. What's that? Waist tight. So we're getting back on that deer again. Right? I told you this would be the spot to look. Little trail walker. Yep. Go stand next to that one. Put your waist up to it. Yeah, not bad. I think we're getting onto that deer. There's another one up here. Now, these are all waist high rubs. The center of them are at waist height. See if we can find some beds up inside of here. Oh, there we go, another rub. Right up on this tree here. So far from what I'm seeing out of this deer, it's very predictable. Anywhere that I think that he could be, for the most part, he is. So that means he's like everywhere. So trying to get a spot to pin this guy down at is really kind of the toughest part of this. It's really easy to see anywhere he hangs out because he just lays down sign. But there's so much sign that it's kind of hard to determine what's the better sign. Right? What's the best sign we found so far?
All the rubs.
No. I mean, what was the best spot that we found? Not today, just in general.
Like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, what kind of scenario was it?
Bang. I don't know.
I've taught you all this. You should know it by now.
No, I'm not going to retain it.
So what it was kind of a micro feature, similar to what we're in now, except considerably more micro. It was just kind of small bushes inside of the cattail marsh where it angled down and it was kind of on a point. And it had a little bit of elevation. And I was able to prep a tree, so I'm actually going to try to hunt that spot this season at least once in the early season and see if I can't get a sighting on them. But that particular spot is probably 4 miles from where we're at right now. So, judging the amount of ground that this deer is using, it's going to be kind of hard to hook up with him. I'd show you more about the surrounding area, but I'd rather not have other guys hunting in my area. I just got done telling you that I was expecting to find one of his cameras up in here, eh? Do you see it? Do you see it? It's taking a picture of you right now.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. I told you he'd be up here on this high ground.